and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. Those of you that lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk, Debt Collection Department. Now, viewers, you can get us on 339-1670 or 238-6716. 339-1670 or 238-6716. I want to say a special good night to the viewers on Facebook. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. That is our page. Like and share as we go live. Encourage your friends and your family to look at Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago. So those of you outside of Trinidad and Tobago, I do want to thank you for joining in. Even though you're out of Trinidad, you can get the latest on the issues in the current affairs department of what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you on our YouTube link, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, viewers, Real Talk is a live program from 7 to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday on Synergy TV. We are making airwaves. I just want to say that to you. I want to thank you, the viewers, also for making us the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to thank you for making it interesting. You know, for letting your friends and your family know that, hey, you can call into Real Talk and voice your concern. Something happened in your community. You want the public to know, well, hey, the councillor is not working or the MP is not visiting. You have water problems, social development problems. Feel free to call in and highlight your matter. This is what this program is all about. It's about engaging Trinidad and Tobago. It is about bringing the issues on the table. It's about letting other constituencies know what is taking place in your area. And it's about highlighting the councillors and the MPs of not doing their job. This is what Real Talk is all about. Yes, we talk about guns, we talk about drugs, we talk about what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. From the crime to the current affairs. We touch on crime a little, not much. There's a crime show for that. But nevertheless, I do thank you sincerely from my heart for making us the #1 current affairs. And you know, everybody wants to know what is taking place in Trinidad. We want to know about the gas deal. We want to know about the sanction. We also want to know about the bacchanal that is taking place in the US. We want to know what is taking place. So tonight, as we move on, oh, just before I forgot, from tomorrow, I'm going to start off with our Real Talk Rape Crisis Center. Today I went and checked out some land in Palmas. Now, viewers, what we are going to build with your help, it will cost close to about $10 million. But just how you are contributed for the food drive and made it a success with every individual, I do hope that you contribute. From tomorrow, we are going to start a drive. But this is just to inform you. Tomorrow, we are going to start a drive, and believe me, you will love it. Now, this structure, this center, since it will be your money that is building it, it is for you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. It is a rape crisis center. It will be the only one in Trinidad and Tobago, and maybe the only one up the Caribbean, because I have friends looking into it. The only one in Trinidad and Tobago. Because, yes, the police have a support victim unit, but how far does that go? How far? How far does it go? Your wife or your daughter or your sister or your grandmother or your auntie get raped. You make a report in the station. You visit the doctor. They do the medical test. Yes, it was raped. But after that, you go back home. You go back home and you sit in a corner. You sit in your room. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to be all by yourself because your world have shattered. Your world have shattered. And recently, we have seen where big hardback men have been interfering with minors. So much a woman out there, over the age of 30, over the age of 25, who could handle a big man. But you want to go by a minor to take advantage. Why not go by a big woman who could deal with you? Who could call you sponge? But nevertheless, I will say more on it tomorrow. So tell your friends, tell your family, tomorrow Real Talk is going to start its drive for our Rape Cry Center. I went and saw the Lancet and believe me, I love what I saw. Now, if you all see the 3D effect of how it would look, believe me, you all will country. Because I showed two members, well, I showed my staff, the 3D, how it would look. And believe me, they were amazed. But nevertheless, I don't want to say anything too fast. I did say Wednesday, I will let you know. So, from tomorrow, dig in your pockets. The businessman, the businesswoman, the upper class, the lower class, the middle class. And let's start our drive. But nevertheless, tomorrow we'll talk about that. Tonight, what I want to talk about is land fraud. How many people have been scammed of their land? How many people in Trinidad made false deed? And you want to claim the brother land, and you want to claim the uncle land, and you want to claim the auntie land. How many of you end up in court because of false deed and thing? Well, I can tell you, it happened to me. It happened to me. But nevertheless, I won the case, and it's all good. It's all good. Then you go to buy a piece of land, and when you do check, it's like, the land is not them one, it's somebody else one. They make a deed and they sell you. Yeah. I've dealt with cases where one piece of land, one lot of land, sell about 4 or 5 times. So I was part of that. Get caught up with that. Even lawyers too sometimes. I'm not blaming all lawyers, you know. I'm not blaming all lawyers. Because sometimes lawyers know what's taking place. They're cutting deal too. But who's to say? Who's to say? So as we get started tonight, if you have been caught up in this trap, feel free to call in and let us know. Let Trinidad and Tobago know. Because let me tell you something. Land fraud is a billion-dollar industry. It is a billion-dollar industry. So listen to this. The Attorney General, Faris Al-Rawi, said Trinidad and Tobago is not spared from fraudulent activities. He revealed that between 2014 and 2019, there had been significant increase in fraud in this country. The Attorney General was speaking on the miscellaneous provision, Registry General Registration of Deeds, Conveyance and Law of Properties, Real Properties, Stamp Duty, and Registration of Title to Land Bill 2020. Take a look.
In the year 2014, $30.1 million in fraudulent transactions in deeds. In 2019, $114.8 million in suspicious activity and completed transactions being part of that for that year.
HRW told the House that in 1 year alone, there was over $22 billion in fraud.
Madam Speaker, you know that in the bracket of fraud, the FIU has told us in 1 year alone, you've had up to $22.5 billion of fraud.
Now, viewers, how many of you have been caught up with this? How many of you are in court because of your brother make a false deed, and your sister make a false deed, and your uncle have land and he still make a false deed because he want your portion? How many of you end up in court with this? This is a topic for tonight because it is a $1 billion industry. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed, well, you know, Trinidad have problem from water for water, that they have water, whatever, right?
What area are you calling from?
I have a private piece of land, right?
Uh-huh.
And that private land have a spring in water right now. Mm-hmm. We want to get them to come and drill. If they drill, they'll get water, so to supply people with water.
Okay.
You know? Back 4, Rushad Road.
When last you had water in your pipe?
In my pipe?
Yeah.
The pressure is very low.
Okay. Yes, so you're getting water, but it's low.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
If they come and drill, you know, they will get water in a spring in water.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you, my friend. You know, long may I hear somebody say they have a spring? It's years now I haven't heard about Shane. When last I hear somebody talk about a spring? It's years now. But nevertheless, land matter is a very serious thing in Trinidad. It's a very, very serious thing. And I will tell you something. Sometimes there are lawyers who were they will call themselves businessmen. You know, Tanti have a piece of land down there. You know, she old. You go and make over a deed. Let me tell you something. It have false deed. It would look just like our original deed with all the stamps. All the stamps. But the only difference is that it's not registered. It's not registered in the Red House. That is the only difference. Because let me tell you something. See how this paper white and perfect? You will get a deed gesso. Perfect. You put that false deed and the original deed together, and it's like, it's twins. Identical. One registered in the Red House and the other not. So call in tonight if you know your friend or your family have been caught up with this, and let us know, let the public know. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, I have a family who caught up in that system.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go on. The people who doing the racket that lift the signature, and just to verify that signature is about $20,000 to $50,000.
Wow.
Just to verify that. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. Calling viewers, I want to hear what you have to say, because not too long ago, I think Fraud Squad broke up a ring with fraud cards. TTPS was demonstrating how the system works. Fraud is $1 billion racket. I'd say a racket company in Trinidad and Tobago, because it is ripping off millions of dollars in Trinidad and Tobago. And sometimes we, the innocent one, get caught up in it. Credit card fraud is a serious thing in Trinidad. It's a serious thing. Sometimes you hear about people missing money from their account. In the bank it's happening. In the bank. A lot of people came to me with that issue. A lot of people said, we have our account in the bank. We're reading X amount of dollars. When you go back, 2,000 come out, 3,000 come out. And it continues. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
What happened now? I've seen is for deed and thing. Right now I have a problem with my son. The 2 years, 2 years and a half, my husband passed away, right? And he did no deed running for the house. And right now he's claiming he's the boss of the house because the father name and he was paid, the death certificate. So I want to know what I can do in behalf of that. I is the Tron mother. I'll leave and come back and I should be with the father all about in the hospital and things.
Okay, okay.
I had him in court and he immediately went and see our lawyer and the lawyer gets some paper for the magistrate. And the magistrate say that how he come like he paying all the bills and everything in the house. Right?
Okay, hold on. His name on the deed?
He named not only deed, the father never make no deed.
Oh, okay. So is a piece of land without a deed?
No, he didn't, yeah. It's a house without making deed and thing because the man come and get sick.
Okay, okay, okay. And your husband didn't have time to make the deed for the land?
No, what happened now? Everybody living in the land for over 25 years.
Okay.
And nobody paying for the land.
Oh.
So we living in the lot there. So he want to claim he own the house because he named in the death certificate.
Okay, so
And
his name on the death certificate stating that he buried the father.
Say that again?
Yes, thank you very much. It have plenty of that is gone. Plenty of that is gone. From the time your name hit the death certificate, technically the magistrate will know that, hey, John Doe buried the individual, and it's like that death certificate with your name on it, it gives you an option to claim. It does happen. It does happen. So, being the wife of the husband, the deceased husband, you need to get in touch with a lawyer. Because by right, being the wife, you have entitlement to the land to share what is his. You have all that rights. So my dear, you could call me tomorrow, 339-1670 or 238-6716. Come and see me and I will guide you down the right path because I'm into the real estate business. And hence the reason why I decided to talk about fraud, because it is $1 billion industry. Sometimes people just come with me with deed. They have deed. I will call my friends. Hey, I needed to do something for me. So and so is the number. So and so is the number. So. Saeed, what you have there is not what we see in here. And that is it. Call her good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed Ali.
Go right ahead.
Do they have a law association and illegal aid to assist these people with their problems?
If I have an association?
Any law association and illegal aid can assist these people. They can go to lawyers and
Yes, yes.
issues for them.
Yes, yes. Now, if you have to go to court and you don't have a lawyer, you could apply for a legal aid assistance. But it takes some time. There is a system if you have to go to court and you do not have a lawyer, you apply for legal aid, the legal aid department, they will appoint a lawyer onto you and you will give them whatever documents you have and they will start your case in the courts. So yes, there is a system. But you can also, if you have money to pay a lawyer, you could visit a lawyer, any lawyer throughout Trinidad. You could visit them, I believe they have a visitation fee, and you could deal with them from there and they will give you a price on how to go about dealing with whatever matter you have. So, viewers, back to it. I saw families get bullied because they have a deed and the person who bullying them, they and all have a deed. It have people who will go in your property to live. You have 5 acres, 10 acres of land, somebody will just come into your property and just build up a house. And they will say they live in there 10 years now. Knowing that you've seen about the property for the last 40 years, they will come in and say, well, hey, this is mine. My uncle gave. Who is your uncle? John Doe. Where John Doe from? Because right now I know you have some family in Freeport. In Freeport. They have high court paper. They have deed. They have everything. They have every single thing that the owner have. And when they go to fraud squad, it's because fraud squad ain't do nothing about it. It's years now they're running, and they can't do anything about it. Nothing. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
That's going through right now where I am living. A lady living quite Marabella, come up here, take the woman, carry her home in her house in Marabella, and like she either choke or do something and take over the property where I living in, and saying it is, and go to WhatsApp and change the woman name, put the woman name like if the woman living by her in San Fernando. That time the woman dead. And she have lawyer fighting to say that she have paper. And I went in the place where all the land is, and the woman said nobody name is on it. I even went in the court, and the court said that not to allow us to come here because she wanted us to measure the place. People doing that a lot, but nobody in there to take a poor person. And because she's a teacher, she able to pay a lawyer to lie.
I understand.
And to say that she is owner of the place.
Wow. So this is happening to you presently in Marabella? She there? She gone? Wow. So here, viewers, I tell you, we just deal with the issues, you know. We're dealing with the issues. Just imagine, look what is taking place. From a caller, because of the lady is a teacher. I'm not discriminating teacher, you know, but that is her work. That is the type of work she do. That is her profession. So according to the lady, because she's a teacher, she could pay. So what about the people who cannot pay? When a lawyer say $50,000 to fight your case, where we getting the money? Knowing that you have the deed in your hand. Knowing that you are being outsmart of your own property. You know, it really sad, you know. It really sad, you know. I went to buy pizza land a time. Look, watch me. Lawyer signature, you know. I won't call his name, but he didn't live very long. He didn't live very long. I think he suffered with a heart attack or something. Something stick him in the heart. You can't rob me. You can't rob me. God ain't dead, neither ain't sleeping. Some say in pajamas, all kind of thing. I don't even know where you're wearing. But I have faith. Went to buy this piece of land. Cash, no loan. Did everything. Nice, legit. When I went to sell the land now, man, do a search on it. I'm talking about my transaction with lawyer, everybody, you know. Not knowing the lawyer and all. Getting a cut on top of a cut, you know. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Police come in now and want to hold me for... I had case, that case went on for about 9 years. I thank God I win it. And I remember magistrate, thank God I win the case, otherwise I wouldn't be here when I run in jail. Because I can't sit down there. But viewers, this is an incident that happened to me. And I am telling you, it is real. I tell you, just how you're watching this paper looking perfect here, just so the deed look perfect. So when I do a search now, I just have 2 and 3 lawyers doing searches on the same piece of land now, you know. Not just one lawyer, you know. Because you never know if that lawyer, in a kind of kalalu cook-up thing with the person who's selling it. So whenever I do business now, I would have 2 and 3 lawyers. I call my lawyer, Naz, check this for me now. I go call our next friend, hey, check this for me now. And I go call our next one, hey, check this for me now. So the 3 of them can't be wrong. If one say, well, Saieed, so and so, I still have 2 to back up. And that is me. You see, sometimes when you get caught up in things, you just learn, and you just learn from your mistakes. and who ain't learning from their mistakes, well, then you season. Yeah. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. These lawyers, they need to put them in prison. They need to put them in prison. Because they want to support the fancy life.
Caller, I'm not understanding what you're saying. There's a kind of distortion coming out, and we did not understand the words that you are saying. I do apologize for that. If you could call back and we could get through the talk smoothly, it's not a problem. But viewers, it happened to me. Land fraud happened to me. I was a victim of it. I didn't realize the individual I was dealing with, he wasn't straight. He was like a crook stick. You know, crook stick have all different angles. But nevertheless, God is good. I won my case. Outside, he family buried him. Nevertheless, I didn't kill him. He got a heart attack, and that was it. But nevertheless, but I want you all to understand, it is real. There are families out there, there are individuals out there who are suffering from this same thing, and I just deal with this on a daily basis. Did a semi-side when we go to fraud squad, 10 years now, fraud squad they do nothing. 5 years now, fraud squad they do nothing. Now I'm not saying fraud squad not working. I am not saying that. Because I have a lot of friends in fraud. No fraud but in fraud squad. Let me clear it up one time. I have a lot of friends in fraud squad department throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and the amount of cases they just have with fraud deed. Sometimes they just come to me and say, I can't believe, just imagine them in the work, and they just can't believe the amount of fraud taking place. Sometimes they just can't keep up. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Saeed, it have a landlord collecting rent from me. One man collecting rent and have a deed. You understand? And he had really the deed from Red House. And he'd say we had money and I said, put you in man. You understand? And we live here over 4 years now on the property. And that's why he had deed. I don't know how he got deed.
Wow. So he
have an original deed from Red House.
He claiming somebody else's property with a deed.
I want to come and talk to you one of these days.
Not a problem. Feel free to come and talk to me. Thank you, my friend. You see, viewers, I end up in this problem already. I lost. But nevertheless, I was victorious in it. I won. I am here today by the grace of God. And let me tell you something. Sometimes things just happen to you in life for you to learn, you know. For you to learn. Look what I'm doing today. I'm into real estate. So probably this incident that happened to me, you know, probably I might have shun away from it. And say, you know, well, what, I lost my money there, I'm not going back and buy a piece of land, or I'm not going and open that business. Today I'm known in the real estate business. I'm going to tell you something. Come really, really good. Come really, really good around me with a fraud piece of land, you know. Because let me tell you something. From in this building in Shogunas here, carrying Savannah Road, about a minute away from the police station. When you leave here, and I realize you have a fraud's deed, you ain't leaving Shogunas district, you know. I could tell you that. Because I don't play them game. You see, being on TV, dealing with businessmen who pass through incidents. You know what it is to lose? $1.2, $1.3 million in a piece of land and can't get back your money and can't get the land on top of it? You know what is that? You know the talk on the street could be like, nah boy, he ain't gonna make it, you know. You work all your life. You went in the bank, 90 days to wait for approval. They give you your approval. only to realize that when you give that man that money, that's it. You don't see that man again. You end up with a loan now for over $1 million, paying now 13, 14,000 every month. And you have to work now 30, 40 years to pay off for something that you ain't owning. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I'm calling to tell you, I buy a piece of land, as the Prime Minister say, to make sure you buy from reputable companies. So I buy a piece of land from a reputable company. And I didn't have to make a search because I believe the company to be perfect and good.
I understand.
So my lawyer tell me, go and survey the land. So I went to town and country and get an approval plan.
Okay.
Because I guess this land coming from a company.
It's supposed to be clean.
So I went to town and country, they give me a survey plan. I survey the same land, and a next man come and say that is his land. Put a fence. I buy it with one house. The house over the road from the same land have a mortgage on it. When I went in Inland Revenue, they didn't want to put a name on the receipt.
Why?
So I went back by my lawyer. And then he said, when you survey the land, put the names. I buy 4 lots of land. That don't say, and it say one house. I get a receipt from the National Insurance, from the NIS. And they say that, I see now, 4 houses on 4 lots of land.
Oh, so you bought 4 lots of land with one house, and when you do all your paperwork now, you're getting 4 houses on the 4 lots of land in the very same spot you buy?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, caller. Chasey viewers, this is the incidents that people are going through. And sometimes there are people in positions that are they're working with other individuals in bringing this thing together. So that's why I say, I don't have just one lawyer doing searches. You know, I have about 2 or 3 different lawyers. And if Tom, Dick, and Harry lie, well, then they lie. Yeah? Because I know one thing. Tom ain't no Harry searching, Harry ain't no Jane searching, and Jane ain't no Tom searching. So this is how I just do my thing now. Just to make sure that that lawyer is not crooked. I'm not blaming lawyers. I'm not blaming all lawyers. But I get caught up with an incident like that. And it was hard. It was hard. So it is $1 billion industry in Trinidad with false deed. And I know that officers from Fraud Squad Department, they are trying their best to keep up with it. But it's the amount of cases that are surfacing up with fraud. Credit card, fraud checks, fraud deed. I tell you, it's fraud license, false ID card, false false passport. It's all kind of thing. It's all kind of thing. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, can you take my number up here, please? I could talk to you personally, sir. It's about that thing.
Hello? Okay, he gone. But viewers, this is taking place. And if it happened to you, try to call in 238-6716. Explain your situation to the people so people would understand, well, hey, that happened to that guy who called on Saeed, and he was talking about, look like the guy who called just now. He purchased 4 lots of land, and when he done do all the paperwork at them, because there's 4 houses on the 4 lots of land. And he went through the correct channel. So if you're going through the correct channel and this is what you're ending up with, how the magistrate going to deal with it? How the magistrate now going and determine, well, you have the correct paper and he have the correct paper? How? So before you go to buy land or any other things like that, make sure and have 2 lawyers do your search. Do that. Now, it's not for my safety, you know. I am advising you, it's for you and your dollars, the safetiness. Because let me tell you something, fraud squad is swamped with work. Swamp. False passport, false ID card, false driver's permit, birth paper and all fraud. Like I said, it's $1 billion industry in Trinidad. And how do we go about fixing it? How do we go about fixing it? I was a victim of that. But thank God, I'm cleared, I'm out of it. I mean, my certificate of character, I go have a red line. But I'm out of it. I was never convicted for any crime. Thank God for that. And I might keep me inside 2 days or 3 days or something, you know. But I've never been convicted. And I want to thank God for that. You see what I'm saying here? It is not only going on in Trinidad, but in other countries, of the Caribbean countries around the world. It's fraud. And it is a $1 billion racket. Billions. And plenty people in authority, when they do check, it's because they are part of a circle. They are part of a circle. Everybody, you know, if you sell a property for $5 million and five man collecting a cut from that, that's $1 million each. Just imagine that. Just imagine that, $1 million each. And all you have to do is put a signature. Put a signature for $1 million. Who wouldn't do that? So hence the reason why I decided to raise this topic tonight. Because of the fact that it is a $1 billion industry. Now, how many people would say no to $1 million? How many people would say no to $10,000 when they're working for $5,000? How many people would say no to $100,000 when they're working for $20,000 a month? How many people? Or for $5,000 or $6,000 a month? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. Go right ahead.
I must say I commend you on your program. Very good program.
Thank you, my friend.
I was in a similar position like this. I purchased some land from a real estate person named Alia.
Hold the name.
Well, she's a real estate person from Enterprise.
Go ahead.
I did the search. The land come up good. I bought 1 acre land from her. When I went and see it with her, she told me land is based in east-west. When I done buy the land, pay the taxes on it, which is $35,000. When I went to my survey, the land running north-south. It have 14 houses on the land.
Wow. 14 houses on 1 acre?
Yes.
Jeez.
When I went back to the lawyer now, which is her lawyer, she told me she can't do anything about it.
So you didn't get back your money?
Never get back a cent.
How much you paid for the land?
I paid $800,000 plus taxes.
800,000 plus taxes?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, my friend. That is a real loss. So you see, viewers, this is the incident that happened to individual. And thank God to have a platform that they could call in and let people know what happened to them. So you will be aware now of when you're doing your transaction. Hey, I tell you what, man, it's hard to lose that money in this time, you know. It's real hard, you know. You know what make it more hard? If you had to take a loan, and you had to work till 30 years and 40 years to pay back that loan. Knowing you're living in a mud house, and you had to spend the next 40 years now in that same mud house, paying for something that you don't have. That's hard, boy. That's real hard. Caller, good night.
Mr. Saieed Ali.
Good night.
Right. First time caller, is the same incident happened to we?
Okay, where?
Mine is fighting for house.
She there? She gone? Apparently she gone. Hello, you there? So you see, viewers, you see, I wouldn't just come out here and just decide to talk about something, you know. We're talking about something that's affecting people. And fraud is a big thing. It is a big industry. Very, very big. You know, they say marijuana and cocaine is a big industry. Prostitution is a big industry. Let me tell you a little something. This surpassed that by millions. Call her good night. Ah, we lost that one. I'm sure we lost that one. Callers, please mute your television set when calling and listen to us on your phone. We are getting a feedback, and if we get that, we will cut you. So we do apologize if you call and didn't get through. You have a call? Call her good night. Hello?
Yes.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.
And assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay. I have a property to give somebody to wire my house. It's 1 year this month, and he took my paper from TNTech to get the license, and I still haven't gotten it yet.
Come and see me tomorrow. Call my office, 238-6716, and set up an appointment and come and see me, and we will deal with it.
I have a stroke. I have to get someone to bring me.
Not a problem.
So I'll call you before I come.
Okay. So you see, viewers, these are things that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And how do we fix it? How do we speed up a matter that is in the court for 10 and 12 years? My matter took 9 years. Sometimes you take a whole day from work, you end up in front of the magistrate. Case number so-and-so, name so-and-so versus so-and-so. All right, yeah? All right. Put off 2 months. I'm like, what? Really? After you losing a day work, you don't lost your money. You end up in front of the court now. Party here, party there, this one, that one. All right, put off for so-and-so. Very good. This is just the system. Call her good night.
Hello, good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
The fellow who lose the $800,000, if it was me, the lawyer must know the situation of the land and what it is.
Thank you. Yes.
I wasn't taking that loan.
Thank you, my friend.
I took the law in my own hand.
Now, not everybody would think like us, you know? It's like, hey, I ain't going down that road. Because I can tell you something. Losing $1,000 is a hard thing. Because sometimes you might work 2 weeks for $1,000 or a whole fortnight for $1,000 from a week sun up to sundown. Imagine if you're mixing concrete in the hot sun and you lose your whole salary by a bandit on Friday. Well, let me tell you something. That man who makes that cement, well, if he get that in the video, well, oh Lord. Trinidad and Tobago, I beg God for forgiveness for that man. I know I'm telling you, because it's hard out there. It's very, very hard. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Yes, go right ahead.
I'm calling out concerning a land that my parents bought about 46 years ago. Right? So what happened? They didn't get a road. We didn't get a road in it. So right now we passed in a piece of land, and the person gave us he told us we could pass, but that person come and die and he sell the land to somebody else. So the person don't want us to pass it. He left alone. We didn't allow me to pass it at the farm with like walk, but now he allowing me, but to pass it because he don't want us to pass. But we have been passing it for about 46 years since we bought the land.
Wow.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing.
So I want to know if there's any legal action I could take, because we've been passing it for 46 years.
There are action you could take, but call me tomorrow because I want to hear both sides of the story. Because, thank you, caller. Now, it have people who might call in and they might say one side of the story. They will say their side, but what about the other side? Sometimes permission is be granted from the grandmother, come down to the father or the wife, and then it goes on to you, and then you would say, well, hey, you can't pass there no more because my grandfather not alive. You understand? And there's a bacchanal between the person who passed in there since the grandmother days. You don't want them pass there anymore, and that's still a big bacchanal. Fighting, killing, shooting, burning down of properties that take place. So call me tomorrow, my dear, and come and see me, and we will see what we're going to do. Call her good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed,
Yes?
What I don't understand, the person who pay 800,000 for 1 acre land, how that person fits 14 houses on that 1 acre?
Now, caller, let me tell you something. It does happen. It does happen. You know why? Money passing. Money passing. You see, as you hear pass your money, sometimes you ain't seen lawyer, you can't, no matter what you do, the lawyer ain't picking up the phone because he's always busy. The secretary telling you, well, he's not in office. He forever not in office because he's so busy. Like I said, I am not blaming all lawyers. I get caught up with a lawyer who did it. I am not blaming all lawyers. Look, when I had to do my thing, I said, Naz, she's my lawyer. Naz, so is the case. She said, no problem, Saeed. So why is she doing she thing here now? I have somebody else on the other side, and I have another person. That's what I'm informing you all. Don't just go by one lawyer to do a search for a property. Have other people do it also. Because you never know who is with who. You never know. It happened to me. That's why I am telling you that. And if it happened to me as an individual, it could also happen to you. It could also happen to you. So this is why I decided to raise this topic tonight, because it is $1 billion racket. And houses nowadays, it's not 100,000 and 200,000, you know. 1.3, 1.4, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. And you know where it is to lose that? And to be honest with you, when you pay your money, you don't get it back. You don't get it back. Because the people who collect that money, they disappear in thin air. In thin air, it is disappear. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm calling concerning my father had divorced my mother for some years, and the court had willed the house to the children.
Yes.
But my mother came and died, and my father did over the will for the on my name. And all the ones to fight me face. What can I do about it?
Once there's a will made from the person who owns the property, and let's just say someone else make a deed or a will also, that is forgery. You could carry them to court. Because a will is the next thing, you know. You might present a will that your father left for you. And then your neighbor presents a will now which their neighbor left for them. Yeah. It does happen. So it's who against who in court. But how do we determine which is the correct will? How the magistrate will determine that, hey, Tom and Harry, Tom had the correct one. But wait, Harry have the correct one because it have the same signature. And Tom is the rightful owner of the property. Give it to his son. But the next door neighbor present a will too. So these are things that is taking place in this country. Not only in Trinidad, but other countries as well. I tell you, fraud is $1 billion racket. It's big money. But how do we go about fixing the problem? Sometimes I hear people get killed and things for this already, you know. My father left a $5 million house, and somebody from quite down deep south come up with a deed now and telling me, hey, I had this property is mine. What are you going to do? what you're going to do. And will take you 15 years in court. You get injunction, you have to leave the house, you pay a loan, all kind of thing. Watch me, it's real madness outside here. Real madness. But you know what? It's existing. And how do we go about fixing it? How do we go about fixing it? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, my grandmother leave a property for 3 sisters, right? And we went to court and got a court order twice, and the person still don't want to obey the court order. What can we do?
They don't want to obey the court order?
Yeah, they don't want to obey.
Wow. Thank you, my friend. It have ways. You see that same incident? People just take matter into their own hands. Into their own hands when things like this happen. And then you would find out, oh, John Doe shouldn't do this, and John Doe shouldn't do that, and John Doe shouldn't kill the man or beat the man. But listen to what the guy said. You get a court order, and you're still not listening. Let's see if you look for your thing. Sometimes I do apologize for saying it, but where you look for it is get. You understand? Where you look for it is get. Now the incident in Freeport, it's a pistol hand I was going to buy. And the owner bring all the documents to me. And the people on the land, they also brought all the documents to me. So I was like, who is the real owner? Who is the real owner? High Court passed judgment on them. All right. High Court also passed judgment on the other people. And everybody had document. Everybody have document, legit document. So how do we know what is what? So hence the reason why I decided to have this program tonight. Because I know there are many citizens outside here in Trinidad and Tobago and of the Caribbean who are being caught up with this racket. It's sad, but it is true. It is true. I was caught up with this. If I didn't know X, Y, and Z, I might have been in some bar somewhere in some part of Trinidad. But nevertheless, God is good. God is good. When He make it the head, He will always remain the head. So viewers, we have like about 5 minutes left on our show tonight. About 5 minutes? Nice. So viewers, remember we deal with the issues that are facing you, the citizen. I just don't come here with a script every night. Sometimes I want to hear from you. Sometimes I want to hear the incident that you have been through. What happened to you in an incident, how you dealt with it, how your family dealt with it. Because I will tell you something. There are people who listening and they would take advice. They would take advice. You know, I listened to this guy on Saieed, and he had this issue, and he dealt with it in such a way that he got result. Now somebody else will do the same thing, and they will get result. That's why I just want you all to call in. Share your concerns, share your opinions. This is why we name it Real Talk. Because there's real incidents, real matters, real circumstances that is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Hi, Mr. Saeed, good night.
Good night, my dear.
I have a little issue in that we paid a down payment on a parcel of land. And we were going through a lawyer trying to organize the papers and whatnot to get a survey of the land. The lady came and died. So we want to know what is the position, or the lawyer is telling us that the person whose name is on the death certificate will be responsible. I'm not sure if that is how it works.
No. It can't happen. Now, if one person die that you are doing business with, right? Now, Sean Estelle, my dear, are you there?
Hello?
Yes. Did you pass any money by chance?
We paid the money to the lawyer, her lawyer.
Well, then the lawyer is responsible. Because if the lawyer collected the money and he's doing the documents, now I'm going to tell you something. Whenever a lawyer, whenever you pay, let's say you're buying the land worth $1 million and you pay around 10% for the lawyer, that 10%, this is how I just do it. It will go into account in the bank. Right? It will go into account in the bank until all the paperwork is final. And you end up by the lawyer ready to sign the deed. And when you sign the deed, that is where the money would release to the other party. So you have that 3 months, 90 days, in order to pay off for your land. Because when you're making an agreement with someone to buy property, let's just say I'm going to buy a property from Shane, my director. I will give him 10% of the value of the property. That 10% will go into an account. And I have 90 days to pay the next $990,000. Right? So within 90 days' time, all the paperwork would come through. When the deed is final and it's made, I will go by the lawyer and I will sign it and I will pay the rest of the money. Or once everything is straight, I will pay the rest of the money in front of the lawyer because I will be there, the lawyer will be there, and the person who's selling the land will be there. And you make your transaction right there. So that is how it's done. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, it's real issues. It's real issues. And sometimes a lawyer say, well, you know, you don't make a 10% down payment and I don't give the person and you can't get it. Carry he in court. Carry he in court. Because Nazima, who my lawyer, this is how we just do business. You make a 10% down payment, they open an account in the bank and the money is right there. When all the paperwork is final, everything is made up, you pay your next 90% of the money, you sign your documents, and the lawyer release it right there and dies it. So if the lawyer is giving you a run around, stop everything you're doing with that lawyer and take another one. Because I end up in a situation, and it was a lawyer. But thank God, I could do. You can't rob me. Don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. I will beg God to spare your life. Because I ain't going down that road. Take what I'm telling earlier. So viewers, be safe. Enjoy the night. We'll meet again tomorrow night. It's Wednesday night when I will unfold my plan into the contribution of Real Talk Rape Crisis Center. It will be the only center in Trinidad and Tobago and maybe the only one of the island. And it will benefit you, the citizen, but I need your help. It's about $10 million we have to raise for this center, but I need your help. So viewers, be safe, enjoy the night. Ra'anta sabakuro illa izza anta illa lahamasur. Never be afraid. Never be afraid when troubles come your way. Stand firm, plant your feet. Allah sama ro'oba illa. God be with you and He will guide you through your journey. Until we meet again, good night.